So this session is another episode of our kind of code reviews. Now it's gonna be a bit special because the educational value in terms of technical ability is gonna be pretty low, okay? But the entertainment value, this high, okay? So much potential, okay? We're gonna talk about Stellar Asylum, a best mobile game you've ever played, but you might have not heard of until now, because it was not popular at all, okay? It was a local multiplayer game, meaning you had to have friends in real life.
Hell yeah.
So this is like, now we have like target base 10 people, okay?
Yep.
And it was up to 4 players. So
like required 4 players or no?
No. Up to.
Okay.
Up to 4 players. But
not full
basically,
insanity.
there is a bit of a single player mode, but it's... Yeah. So, ideally, actually it was a lot of fun, the game. Especially for tablets, like if you had a tablet, like if you knew what you're doing, like with the tablet it would make more sense. Though it was 10 years ago, not many people, especially in Poland, had tablets. And also we required to be on Android, like not an iPhone. Because iPhone costs money, baby.
Why?
App Store was $100 a year.
Yeah.
And Android was $25.
Got to keep those studio costs low.
One time for like lifetime subscription of spamming stuff with apps. Okay, that's the reality of mobile markets. So as in Poland, you need to like sort of like times 4 the cost, because then it was like the Polish currency to like the USD would be like 4 times lower, kind of. So it was just like, okay, we cannot do like, and then we need to own a MacBook to do Xcode build. It's like ridiculous. So App Store no go. So local multiplayer game called Stellar Asylum for more than 1 player ideally, where the whole premise, it needs to be simple, studied game design. Myself and 2 friends, Kuba Gwistała and Kacper Leśniak, as 3 people, we started to learn programming while doing this game. Okay, it's both.
That's the way.
We
want
to
make
make
the
game. We want to ship the game, and by the way, we want to learn programming all at the same time. Hi everyone, let me take a break to thank members of the show who made this conversation possible. Members get earlier access to videos, including longer unedited footage from live streams, as well as they're invited to our private Discord server. If you want to support the show, there is no better way than becoming a member on YouTube or Patreon. Thank you so much.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Old school. That's the way to do it. Old school in 2000.
This was a decade ago. It was 2015.
Okay. So what else released around that time? What was your competition? You remember?
We shouldn't go that far.
Okay.
We're gonna look bad. No, don't do it. No, I don't know.
Because then you can blame it on whatever released that week and be like, it stole the thunder, right?
You're right. But I don't think there was like any local multiplayer like ever.
So I did a local multiplayer game also for similar vibes, like never released. Well, I didn't even release mine. But there was a point around PS4 launch, that's what I'm asking, where like local multiplayer was super poppin'. So there was a point there where people were trying to get together. You could have hit the mark. Yeah, maybe you were a bit late. And then by COVID time, everyone's like, hell no, not seeing anybody ever again.
Exactly.
So yeah, forever alone multiplayer.
We played this because then we were at the university. We finished high school, and we were doing this during summer. And in the beginning of our computer science degree, we all 3 have been attending the same degree. We were playing in between like classes. It was so fun, like half an hour, and there's a couple of sessions. It's really good. I'm gonna tell you, So
you had this distorted view of the market because you were like, people play this all the time.
Of course, everybody loves it. It's like, hey, hey, friend X, can you come over, like play it?
Of course,
you like it? You like it?
Yeah. All right.
Do you have any expectations going in? Like, what's on your side?
Expectations for the game or for the code? It's C#, right?
Yeah, it's like what would you like to see? What you wouldn't like to see? What do you think you'll see? Like anything?
Well, so here's my idea. Here's my pitch. If you wish to engage in it, for like setting a context, right?
Yeah.
What if we review it as if you and I are going to make Stellar Asylum 2, and we're deciding what we're going to keep and what we're going to rewrite?
On the source code level or
on the source code level? Well, the game level, we might rat hole into separately. That's a separate design question. But like that way, it'll give us like some kind of bar for what we're gonna do with the code, right? Because we did some code.
I know the answer, but I'm not gonna spoil it.
So I think it might be a good framing. What do you think? You have a better framing?
It's
Stellar Asylum 2.
It's good framing. We can also like do the scores, like assign scores. You can ask chat to spam 1 or 0 and then eyeball it.
Yeah. Old school. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we got funding for Stellar Asylum 2. We secured it from some AI angel investors that are around the area.
It needs to have AI. So
the only thing is it has to have AI because that's the only way you get funding these days.
Thankfully, in games, AI has been since forever. So you can have
this should be easy
running on the screen and it's like AI.
Yeah. So that's going to be the lens through which we review it. We're going to make Stellar Asylum 2. It's going to have some kind of AI in it because that's the only way we can get funding. But the rest of the code we're just going to review, and then the design is just going to have to land where it may.
2-3 people working. Let's say 2 people were programming. I was more on the tech side, and my friend Kacper was more on the design side, but still coded together. And the third friend Kuba, was studying computer science, is technical, can program programs for a living, and all that stuff. He was making art for this game, and animation. And it's actually awesome.
Programmer art for reals.
So I'm kicking off. Okay, play maximized.
All right.
Here's the pitch. This is a prison. Okay, it's asylum for like people mentally crazy, but from all over cosmos. Okay, so we come in and we click let's go. There's no more options. This is a button. We go let's go.
Wait. Why is there that button? Why not just put it in this screen?
So it's because we didn't know how to put some certain like singletons and like global things that would be there if it wasn't the first thing. So it had to be the first screen.
Well, that way your loading experience is nice and fast too, because you just you come in and you get commitment right out of the gate from the players. Like they're going, they're not just like...
Exactly.
They're committed to the game, so you're getting the hype moving. Hit them with the music.
The highlighted enter prison, the orangey one, and the play in the parentheses. This is a later addition. The original version had like enter prison tutorials options.
Yeah.
Like there was no indication that you were supposed to enter prison. Okay, after clicking
voluntarily.
After clicking let's go, you need to be.
You already clicked.
You need to enter prison. Okay, and now again, parentheses were added as a feature later. It was a screen with 2 buttons. One said Total Slaughter and one said Team Abomination. So I'm gonna do Total Slaughter, and now we go to the player selection or prisoner selection.
Okay.
Look at the sweet animations. I hope it's
so it's on a tablet. That's why it's upside down.
Yes, exactly. Now I see it.
I like it.
We have various players, and we know that games should be simple. Even though we didn't use this knowledge for the menus, we know here you can tap to switch color.
Yes.
And you click to switch.
Okay. I'm feeling it. Yeah.
So, Steven, Rhino, Toadachi, Fuzzy. Okay? Don't question names. We can talk to Steven.
I'm feeling it.
All from a joke from a streamer, a Day 9, the original like StarCraft streamer,
OG,
who had a face of saying, "Incredible, Steven." He was doing this like all the time, and I loved it. So we put Steven.
So just shoved it in. That's cool.
Exactly.
Day 9 fan confirmed.
Okay, and there we go. Click.
Okay. Ooh. Okay.
So
okay.
Here's the game. In the middle, you see the circular station, and everybody is like running around, right? And everybody has
different speeds.
Button. Yes.
Wait.
A little.
Okay.
Bit,
okay.
yes.
Because a little bit. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because Rhino's like catching up. I'm confused why Rhino's faster than Steven.
And now, everyone is running at the time, all the time. You can press a button to flip the direction. Okay. You know, it needs to be simple. So you only have one button per player. Okay. It's core design pillar. Okay.
Yes.
So you can do this. Flip. Okay. It's called flipping. You can double tap. If I double tap, I jump.
You jump. Yeah.
You seen this? Both circular and vertical movement at the same time. Crazy amount of engineering. Something weird happened.
Okay.
And if you hold the button, you activate your special ability, and each prisoner has its own, because we were also playing League of Legends at the time, I think.
Yeah, well,
and we loved it. Loved this thing.
Well, you get the replay value. Want to try the other prisoners out? All right.
What is the special ability that you want to see first?
Right. I like Rhino. I want to see Rhino's. I think he's my favorite character right now.
So if you hold the button, he starts charging.
Yes.
And then he starts running. And if he hits while running, while charging, then he kills the person.
Oh, you can go through multiple people. That's really good. Yeah. Rhino's the best character.
I know. I love him.
And he's fast. Who balanced this game? He's got like multi-kill and jumping.
So these are zappers, these like lightning things, and they kill now. And they turn on to make the ending game fun. Because you could just run around and not do anything
forever. Okay, so what's Steven's power?
Well,
is he micro hard?
Ask. Wait, I gotta save him. Okay, now I'm gonna. Okay.
All right, I was tired.
Okay, click and then click.
Okay.
Boom.
Oh, circular bazooka. Oh, circular. Okay.
Didn't manage to get it in time because then the zappers like kick in at higher frequency. So this is what was happening. So I can show you here in slow motion.
Okay.
I'm holding the bazooka for bow.
Yes.
And now there's this thing that goes almost infinitely. Almost infinitely.
Okay.
It's like an hour and a circle and a half.
Okay. It'll hit somebody probably.
Yes.
I mean, it has. Well, I don't know. Actually, I guess you can keep jumping over it, right?
Now here's a bomb.
Okay. And do you get to decide when it blows, or does it just 1, 2, 3?
No, but I can steer it. But it doesn't.
Oh, but you
doesn't do it like there is this. You cannot do it. You cannot stop like in the same place. You have this a little bit of movement. What's it called?
You have to kind of momentum.
Like momentum, where you need to account for it.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's gonna be tricky to showcase the other one because it's gonna zappers kicking in. What was this? Okay, let me do another round then.
Okay.
So now the last special ability is from Fuzzy.
Yes.
You can. Oh no, laser stopped me mid-track. Okay, again, you can go up. And now if you jump down,
you get him. Nice. It's like alien. Why wasn't it just aliens? You could have just had like aliens guy. I feel like aliens guy should have had that. Well, I don't know. He does look like he has a bomb. The other guy is
the alien should go here.
I thought the alien might want to do the crawl move because he basically looks like kind of like a more evolved version of like the Xeno creature.
But it's
got the long head and
monkey,
everything.
like monkey going at the top and
I didn't see the tail.
Okay. It might be confusing.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a monkey. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't see it. Like, it's clearly a monkey, right? Clearly.
I think the only distinguishing feature is like the tiny tail that is like hidden from you. But maybe it's because okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. No, that makes sense. I mean, yeah. All right. Yeah. I'll let it go. So what's the actually good ability? This is pretty cool. You got a fun spread of different abilities. Like,
so there's also a fifth character, prisoner. We can show it.
Secret character.
Like, we didn't select it. It was an unlockable. You know, like, imagine like early League of Legends where like if you start an account, you don't have all the heroes.
Of course,
it's not Dota,
of course.
You know, you need to like earn them, and it was you could buy a fifth character called Rina. It was the only woman in the game, and it's super cool. By the way, I'll show it in a sec. But you see that like if Fuzzy is there, he can avoid.
The laser gets him though, right? Yeah, he can avoid the.
He can avoid the abilities of other people. At the same time, when you're controlling the bomb, you cannot move, so you can stop the bomb, and this stuns instead of killing. Like, if you
the bomb doesn't kill.
If you prematurely stop it.
It's just a stun.
Somebody. Yes.
Interesting.
So that's
pretty cool.
To be honest, like if we were in the same room with the tablet, even like
it looks pretty fun.
It already has some cool gameplay because I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The only reason this wasn't top of iStore is just because there's no market for this game, but it's amazing.
Wow.
I'm just being harsh. No, but I think that's the sad thing is like there's lots of cool designs like this. This looks like a really fun party game. Like if you had this like in the N64 era, like where you had like I forget what there was a bunch of like 4-player party games back in that time, and you know, with consoles and stuff. Like you could have done this on a console. You don't need a tablet for this. Like, I think that would have been a natural play. I mean, tablet seems cool because you could just have one tablet and have 4 people sitting around. Yeah. So it sounds really good on paper. I'm just really jaded about the mobile market because basically people just want to play Candy Crush. But the truth of it is, like, I totally see how this comes about, right? Because you're like, this feels like it will work.
I feel now phones are also very personal. Like only kids use like their parents' phone for anything, but other than that, like you don't really use others' phones. Like, so it's a bit of a weird thing to have like share your phone with somebody.
Well, no one has like in-person friends anymore unless you're like true. In university. That's the problem, right? Like it's sad. I remember that time where like you could get together and play games with friends, and I remember making games like, you know, for this sort of vibe, and then just being totally disillusioned about like the fact that it's basically 40 people, like you said. Yeah. So it's sad. Oh, does she have a gun? What?
So she has 2 stances. now she's in the ice.
What?
See how much complexity you can pack in a single button. Yeah. Like, credits to Katzper, who was like lead designer and thought a lot about the design. Like, you could pack so much stuff in a single button that basically I would think, hey, you have just a special ability, you know, like you can swap it. And he managed to do something very cool, which is now when she's in the icy stun, like freezing stance, if she flips, she stuns people who are in front of her.
Oh, and then so just get out. Stun. Nice, I like it. And
so
you get
can
away.
Stun somebody in a go. Yeah. If it's a zapper or whatever.
She's like Elsa.
Exactly, basically. And if she jumps, she stuns underneath. Okay.
Oh. Okay.
So many lasers, man. So many lasers. Pew.
Nice. Got him.
Okay, and now, so my special ability as Rina is changing the stance to the fire.
Okay. And now it's more offensive.
I flip immediately.
Wait, what?
You jump.
So the flip is normal,
but
the land you do a thing.
And
okay,
now,
but how come? Wait, why did she die?
There was a bit of a bug. I killed myself.
Did she kill herself?
It should happen, okay? It should happen. Don't look.
Wait, and she got a kill too. She got a kill.
Yeah, so the counting is broken now. I think it was working during the time.
You spent too much time on the spherical circular physics. You couldn't get the count. Yeah.
Almost double kill. Almost.
Okay, so that's the super win for her. Is like she just straight double kills people. So it does kill the person if you get them shot with that thing.
Yes.
Okay. Chat's saying you should make this multiplayer and release it on stream. I concur. I think this would actually work quite well. Redo it with like pixel art, with modern vibes or whatever.
In the modern, like this is like higher res monitor, and I see all the pixels here, so it's basically pixel art at this point.
Actually, pixel art's gonna suck rotationally because it doesn't. Well, I don't know. Maybe you can make it work. Vectrex art. Go Vectrex.
Vectrex? What?
It's like the old like neon line glow vector monitors.
I have no idea.
Better just forget about all that. Just do it with vectors and run it on top of Electron and just use like the Electron's SVG renderer.
Wait, you mean I should have a React app that calculates every frame?
100%.
What 100%. Is the node like relationship tree structure?
Because you just want
and
vector
then I
graphics.
Render it. And then
you just render it.
And
just CSS.
I mean, I want this to be CSS. Reactive, so I should use React, no?
I think that's correct. And you can style it using the cascading style sheets and just put your appearance on top. That'll be great.
All right.
Just, we're going to have AI that is sort of as part of our Angel deal. We have access to AI resources. So we'll have AI rewrite it in React and then convert the art to CSS. And that'll be our starting point.
I don't know.
So we're just going to tell the AI which code we think is good, and then it will take that code and rewrite it in React for the web. And then it will be a web multiplayer game. And then we'll put it on Steam with Electron.
Wait, now I'm sorry.
And everyone will unsubscribe.
I'm not following your idea too closely.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready for the high level production pitch.
I wanted to, because I didn't prepare the.
You didn't prepare for the VC meeting?
Damn it!
They want to see the code.
What's the scene? So the thing is, like, there's some super hacky solutions here to do like. Yeah, so there's a animation screen and you need to like put a character to see how it's animating. Like, it's not the easiest, but I wanted to showcase this before we jump into code, okay?
Okay.
Because this was super cool. Okay, actually here. So you see this. Normally what you would do, you would have like a. So what I want to say is that this is like a layered version of the sprites, and they all have this nice, like kind of like animating, kind of cartoonish vibe to it.
Yeah.
Because they moved all the sprites. There's a bit of IK involved, inverse kinematics. Like I can hold his hand and like cause the other bones to move, but at the same time, he has like all these tiny sprites that are moving independently, and there's no squishing.
Are the sprites getting warped, or are they all just drawn to be rigidly moving?
They are drawn, like they are not being squished too much,
deformed or anything. Okay,
like I think at some point
looks good. Looks really good.
So this gives this like a little bit like stiff, and then sometimes like even cartoony vibe, because you can see like he's not really moving, barely moving his head. I think at some point we added like a head, like his head would go forward here.
Animation's hard, man.
Yeah, and then you have like tons of animations and like jumping. So how do you think jumping was made, given that they are all circular, like running in a circle?
How would you do the jump?
How do you think it was done? Because we need to implement the jump.
Yeah.
But they are always running in a circle.
Why does it matter that they're always running? Isn't just like, I would just make them walk and then just make the run constant.
Okay, so because like the implementation could be based on physics, and you want to jump with like the actual forces, right? And velocity.
Oh.
Or you can move the position independently, right? And you want to have an animation that matches the sprite. So either you animate but not change the position. So you animate in place. Right. And then the game will move the root point.
Right. That's how it should be.
Exactly. So we've done this the other way.
Oh no.
Which was a super mess. Which means now if you want to jump, running jump. What? Yeah. So we have it encoded in the animation.
Right.
But the same thing will move. So you need to.
But that's okay, because you must just be doing everything in polar coordinates, right? So everything has like an angle rather than a position. You must be.
Let's see, huh? Let's see.
Oh no, is it using Unity physics? Oh no.
Let's see.
Oh no.
All right.
Okay.
So for this was the game segment, okay? The Unity editor segment. You've got to see like how it works. It's first of all, I want to be super clear. I feel this is an amazing thing that we managed to get it working. And if somebody is starting out and has done a couple of projects but like never got them to the point where they could show them to somebody and like be proud of them, like this push for actually shipping this project made it work. Like if it wasn't for this push, we would just give up.
100%. Right? Yeah.
So I think this is while we're gonna look at the code, I want everybody to keep in mind that actually the code is not that big. So everything around it needed to be made, like the art, animation, the code is quite minimal. And it managed to be a functional game. So this to me was like a clear lesson of sheer perseverance, you know?
I think that's like finishing is a huge part. And that's why I think a lot of the advice around games is like make something small first. Just something. Because you'll sort of realize how much other work there is other than just writing like an entity system to like actually shipping the game or whatever. And so I think... Yes, 100%. It's very different when you're like looking at a proper game project versus like an engine. Like in an engine, you can have all sorts of opinions and ideas, but in gameplay code, it's like, just make it work, man. Like, just gotta ship it. And I think a very different mentality. And I think a lot of the people cross-talking at each other, I think often are just like people who haven't done one or the other or whatever, like gameplay people doing like a shoddy engine and then having the thing bug out, or engine people doing like a really rigid gameplay, sophisticated thing, which is like really hard to actually work with and ship, because like games in Rust gives me that vibe where you're like, oh, it's really good that when I refactor everything's typesafe. I'm like, no, that's awful for gameplay code. It needs to be like constantly dirty and broken, because that's sort of how you ship. So yes, okay. Noted.
No, okay. So before we jump into the code, second point, to my future employer, this is not how I write code now, okay? This was 10 years ago and I was learning.
Plus it's Unity. You don't write in Unity. Unity makes you and wants you to write code that's terrible. That's part of it. It's part of what you do.
So I made like a pre-selection. We can go wherever you want. Here's an Explorer. I don't have it. Higher, like bigger font. I've pre-selected some of the stuff that might be interesting.
Yes.
Like we can go wherever you want. Like you can tell me like what you want to see.
Relate what we were just discussing is player movement, but I feel like player movement probably depends on Rotatos Potatoes. So I feel like we should probably start there just to understand what that does. I have a feeling that's a core rotation file, or it might just be.
To be honest, like most of the logic will be in the player movement and the controllers for prisoners, as we've seen. Like the major thing that is happening is related to them running around and doing stuff, right? And reacting to inputs. I was actually surprised how little code is here when I was reviewing it for the stream. So, but he called Rotatos Potatoes. In Polish, I would say Rotatos Potatos. I mean, it's not Polish. It would be more like Spanish, but anyway.
I think we gotta go. Like if I open this code base, I'd go in there first, be like, okay, what?
So for everybody who didn't use Unity engine, especially back in the day, now you have a different way to do it, but the default way is the same. You don't see any of the engine code really. What you do is go to the editor and you add these scripts, and you can name the script, and then you hook into callbacks from the engine, and the most famous ones are start, so do something like initialization, and then update, which you can call every frame to do something on the frame, like it's a render frame. There's also like fixed update for the physics calculation, but generally if you see like update, this means it's gonna run every frame, and everybody needs to share the extend the mono behavior class to share this functionality if they want to hook into this.
So basically, if you want somebody to spin in a circle, you somehow attach Rotatos Potatoes to them, and now they're going.
And this is exactly for one single thing, for this slow rotation of the station.
Oh, okay. So it's not the. I saw it. Yeah, no, I noticed it. Yeah, for sure. I was wondering if you're doing this in a rotated reference frame, or if you're just spinning it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay. So this was uneventful.
Okay, but I'm still curious about the rotate function, just so I understand Unity. So it's looks like it's Euler angles, and so vector 3 forward, I guess, is out of the screen. Is that what we're looking at?
Forward is in front of the screen, like into the screen.
Okay.
Yes. And so this is why it's -1, because it's -1 at the end. You see -1.
You're just doing that to flip it going the other way, right?
Yes, but this would be to be counterclockwise, right?
Right.
Time delta time is the time of the
frame rate independent. I feel it.
Of course, man. Of course, we're professionals here.
Right. It'll work on the 120 hertz iPad of the future.
Oh yeah,
it will be smooth.
And speed 1. And if you do it either public, or if you do something like serialize field private, then like this, this is now visible in the editor. So if I go here, it shows up here.
Okay.
So if it was a component here, if it's going to be just private, then you will not see it. So you have no ability to tweak it here.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're rotating this. This tells me some things. All right.
That's just like a.
We probably don't need that file because we're gonna ditch Unity. We're not gonna use Unity for Stellar Asylum 2. We're just gonna hand roll. I mean, Claude will just write the whole thing, so we'll let Claude decide. But we're probably gonna be writing it in React, right? So we're not gonna need Unity.
Yes.
Because the Unity of today is React. I reckon. Like I'll run on anything, right? React on top of Electron is like the Unity of 2026.
Yes. Or we can do it in Odin with Raylib. What do you think?
I think there's more training data for the web. And so if we're going to Claude code this thing to get it out fast, because by the way, we have 6 months of funding. We got funding, but it's only 6 months.
How much do we get?
Just for the two of us. So we can't hire anyone, so we have to use Claude Code. But we have unlimited Claude Code ticket, like tokens or
we should hire
credits,
like 10
whatever.
people and squeeze it out in a month and be done with it.
Okay, gonna go for a quicker development. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I want to show you this file and then we can go straight to player movement.
All right. Color selector.
Color selector. Are you ready?
Oh, okay. Let's go.
This is like a sort of short and sweet introduction to how our brain worked when we were young and we're starting out programming, okay?
Okay. Clicking. What is happening here?
So first of all, this could be removed.
Okay. Number of colors is 4. Fair enough. Wait, no, don't keep it. Team one choice team. Is there okay? So there's teams. I didn't see the teams version.
Yes, you can play 2v2.
And so how do you change? Is it like color matching? Like if you match up colors, you're on the same team. Is that how it works? How does you? Or do you just the people on the bottom are on the team, or people on the top are different team? How's it?
And so you will have the same color if you're on the same team, right? And this is like a functionality to be able to store some data, whether you are in which team you are. If you are team, if it's team 1, then you should increase team 1 choice plus because we're selecting a color, right?
Sure. Yes. And if it's team 2, then it's not team 1.
0.
Yes.
Like, because it's team either 1 or non-1.
Are there arrays in C# or there's no arrays?
So there are arrays, but you will see throughout the entire code that I don't know. We would sometimes we would sometimes like do a for loop over like 4 things, and then we would spell out 4 separate if statements. And like you clearly see that the author knew about the for loop. It's right there. But then then as if like amnesia kicked in. And
well, sometimes that happens with graphics programming sometimes, legitimately. But here I don't know. Team 1 choice equals number of colors. Right. So if you go past the number of colors,
yes, like this trick here, like plus modulo.
Yeah.
Like this was beyond our,
I mean, that's unreadable. That's not readable.
Just like what the heck, man. Also,
it
would
can't.
be this, right? But it could be just +1.
Yeah, I'd +1 it, but yeah, okay.
I would probably like.
I mean, for what it's worth, I don't think it will break, because even if you're running, like it's a little scary, the equal number of colors, maybe greater than or equals, a little bit of safety there, just in case, but by default. But I don't think it'll break. No, I think just living on the edge.
This worked, but I feel like this for me now, this probably could be expressed like a one line somewhere, like kind of in this like bigger component. But when we were starting out, this was like so convoluted, how to keep track of all these things, and
all these different things.
By the way, statics, like, okay, like now it's static, like it's not.
Well, why is team?
So it's like this
not
is
static,
not static, but this is static.
What does static mean in? Oh, so I think you need it to be static.
It's like Java static. So this is like a global thing that you can access without having an instance.
Yeah, no, you need that. You need that because if player 2 changes the team, you have to share the team between both the players. If it was local, you'd have divergent team 1 choice.
Yeah, it's just that this kind of feels odd that it's here at the same time, I would say. Like I would see this as a sort of entire code as a part of a larger manager class for doing all sorts of selection for prisoners and colors and who plays on which team, it would be all part of it. Now it's kind of like, now you have this team one choice, extremely separated from everything else, and I don't even know whether this is used.
Wait, what?
See, not found, but it might be that it's hooked up in the editor itself, and this is why it's
right.
So like in Unity, and
it's always interesting to me that people find Unity easy. I find this incredibly convoluted because you've got this editor thing. I mean, for a game like this, where it's you could probably write it in one C file kind of thing, or maybe a couple of C files. So the pipeline is super useful, like the animation pipeline and the bones, and so I kind of get that part. But then all the binding to the editor, I'm like, you're having to jump through so many hoops just to get basic behaviors on things. It'd be much better if you just had Unity, but then you opened up a script and just got all of your data by name.
I cannot say which game does it legally, but there's a number of games that I know of who are successful games out there that are made in Unity, and they do exactly that. They have single mono behavior.
Mm-hmm.
They have one start, one update, and they roll from there on their own.
That's how you do
it. They barely do any sort of this. They have their own C# classes. I mean, it's still in the scripting land, but they don't care about this functionality, and they just hook into when they need it.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's what I'd do if I was doing Unity, because the pipeline looks legitimately useful, right? Especially to get you off the ground and all that. So, yeah. So the first refactor we'll ask from Claude is to put all of the scripts into one mono file in one
big thing.
In one big thing. So we still need to decide, are we going to keep Potatoes needs to be kept for sure, because that's what rotates. So,
the station needs to be rotated, man.
But we might be able to just do it in the shader, instead. Just rotate, for performance. We don't want to update that rotation every frame. Maybe we'll just do it on the GPU, just in.
But if we're doing this in React, and
there's no GPU in React.
That's right. So if we're doing this Odin and Raylib, then of course, we gotta get them GPUs. We're AI funded, so we need to have a need for GPU, right? But at the same time, if we're doing this in React, then we need to split up the space station into parts and then rotate them separately.
Right. So I think this is our first question for chat. Should we go React Electron so it runs on web and all devices and surfaces and do the art and CSS? Or are we doing Odin Raylib and have to explain to our investors why we're using, this odd non-web technology and how we're going to package it for the web if we need to?
This alien technology.
This native only technology. And we might lose part of our funding.
Native only.
Yeah. So smash 0 for React Web implementation and 1 for Odin Raylib. And keep in mind, Claude Code's going to be writing this, so you got to think about how much access to actual training data for Odin we have. Delphi? We can't write this in Delphi. Damn! Everyone wants it in Odin.
You need to say out loud what you see, because I'm staring at the screen.
We're getting a lot of ones. They want us to fail. They want us to fail.
Odin enjoyers. Wow.
Write the browser in Odin Raylib and the game in React. That's a good idea. So. Claude just wrote a compiler, so maybe we can get Claude to write a browser in Odin Raylib first, and then we can write the game.
It should be just one evening, It should be.
Should be about one evening.
Yeah. What do you need? JavaScript runtime? That's like 5 minutes with my prompting skills.
Yeah.
and then some
Okay,
layouting.
I think it's pretty clear that we're doing this in Raylib and Odin at this point.
Nice, love it.
Chad taking stake in the new company.
Okay, so let's go now to the direction of your choice, and then we're gonna go to the chat direction.
All right. So what are we gonna?
You can pick something from here, or you can pick something that you've seen in the game and you want to see how it works.
Well, just out of pure curiosity, I want to see Laser Shooter. It's a kind of file I just opened for a brief minute before I moved on to player movement because I'm just curious. And then like, if it's like 300 lines, oh god, it is more than I thought. Waded into okay. So this, I'm assuming this is the ability from Elsa. I forgot her actual name, but I'm going to call her Elsa because
no, this is laser. This is the stunning part. This is what stuns.
Oh, the actual lasers on the station.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So,
line renderer. We got a line going on.
This is from Unity. Like this part is from Unity. Like components, you have transform is like this basic thing that the position and rotation and blah blah blah, right? Like this is something component you always have on a thing, and this is our custom like player movement stuff. Now, it's quite interesting.
Why is player movement in the laser?
Exactly, and to be honest, I have no idea.
Is laser a player?
I don't know.
Is it a hidden? Wait. Oh, because you're gonna
it's storage. Okay.
You're gonna stun them. No, you're gonna stun the people. If they're not stunned, you're gonna stun them when you just want to hit them.
Yeah, but the question is why it's being kept for later.
Just in case.
Just in case.
I mean, you never know. You want it at your hand, right? You don't want to be like in the middle of that function. Be like, get the player movement. Just like. Leave it around. So you want to access the player.
Let it be.
Let it be. Then you can just type PM stun. So I guess, the sketchy thing is that you're updating it like only during that one point. I would just update it all the time. Maybe that would be better. Because basically, if you don't use it there, then it's stale, right? Or
to me,
or is it a reference?
So it's a reference. So there's either no need to keep it, or if you want to be like if you're intensive about it, like we can keep all the references in the beginning, and then see, hey, did I shoot the one, this one? Then I pick it from here because this is the expensive part,
right?
So this is
like DOM JavaScript stuff. Just grab them up front, and then you're good until your page reload, and then you're fucked. But
the interesting part about like Unity is that it brags about this easy component system,
right?
And then if you ask about it, so what is the performance a bottleneck or trap that I need to look out for? It's always the same. It's like, get component is actually very expensive, so don't do it often. I'm like, so why am I supposed to split this into as many components as possible if you're not allowing me to do it freely? This is like, you look up by type through all the objects that are there, which
get component is what I ripped out of Modeler when we first converted it. Whoa, that's some crazy audio just came through. Like there was an ECS kind of thing in Modeler when I joined, and then I rewrote it because it was like heinously slow for similar reasons, because it's like vectors of vectors. Like on the surface, it's like, ECS ought to be fast. But then you look inside and it's like, there's a vector of components and they're by name, and you search through the thing or you make a map and each of those has a component, and each of them is like, oh, Jesus. So
and it's an open question. how many of the, like how modular you want to have your components usually, right? And how big you want them.
Yeah.
So if you're like, oh, you want to be super modular, super, everything is tiny, it's clean this way, and you have like thousands of components that are useless, you know,
and thousands of files that are just like position plus equals 3. You're just like, dude,
exactly. What? And then you're doing get component and just rip through all them.
Yeah. I mean, the performance is pretty good on this game, so I don't think we need to worry about performance quite yet. But, you know, maybe if we rewrite it in React, we might lose some performance there. So we may want to optimize some of these other parts. We're not doing React. We'll be in Odin. So we'll get tons of performance for free anyway, just by going to Odin.
Did you spot this? Look at this.
Not equal, not stun.
I had no idea about this. So basically, like these game objects are this like basic entity in Unity, and you can compare. If you hit something, you can check whether on which layer it was. And layer is more like if you're doing the raycasting, like what's, you know, you can say, oh, hit this layer, but not this layer and stuff. So, or you can have physics that interact across layers. So you can say, this is my layer that I want the physics to work, but this is like layer that I don't want to check the collisions for. Ever.
Right.
So just like, you know, hashtag performance. So these are layers, but you can also say like tag, just throw a string, you know, as you may imagine, the most.
Why do you need collision groups when you can just throw a tag on it?
Exactly.
But what's interesting is that there's only one tag, right? So it's either a player you want to stun or anything else that's not a stun. So now I'm wondering who's a no stun but not a player? Is there secret creatures that are non-player characters that also get stunned, that got like removed from the...
You're right. That doesn't make any sense. So for a second I thought maybe you can have more than one tag, but no.
It's just checking the string. It's just a tag. If it was like
if it's both player and also not stun, like we need to be super careful. Okay, this is why I'm saying this is not an educational stream. Okay, this is just like entertainment.
I think maybe at this point you were imagining that tag is like an array of strings, and you were just like, you can set tags, and every set would like add to the array of tags, because that's how the web works.
Oh wait, you see this?
Oh, root.
These are different game objects, man.
Sorry.
See,
bad
you
reading.
Would probably refactor this out of existence, and the author already covered this, huh?
See, I shouldn't have removed it. Maybe it needs a comment. So, what's the root? What's the transform root versus transform game? What does that mean?
Because you have like these trees.
Yeah.
Right. So if you hit, like if this would have a collider.
Yeah.
If you were to ask it about transform dot tag, transform dot game object dot tag, you would have the tag of this. You see it's sprite. But if you go to root, you go here, it's player. So it's like
there's who's no hit? Who's no hit?
No stun.
Not stun.
I have no idea.
Okay, so basically it's like all right.
It's the only use. It's the only use of the entire repository.
I think probably the idea was like, oh, we want to mark certain parts of the body as not.
Yeah.
You know, like so you don't have like a perfect collision box. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's for. But the designers didn't end up using it. You know, because
might be, exactly. Our big team of like engineers failed to communicate properly with gameplay engineers.
Yeah,
and there was just like it happens in game development. You know, big game studios
run into this all the time.
Lots of money involved. Like people squabble over the end product. Like it happens. Layoffs. It's not fun.
All right. End of shooting. So there was a shooting and then there's an end of shooting. So I guess it starts shooting and then it stuns a bunch of stuff if it's shooting. And then if it's end of shooting, it says something in Polish. Set position. Okay. It's like reset the position.
Yeah. So line renderer resets the position to 0 and then sets the position to 1.
I see. Honestly, so it's like a state machine.
Honestly, I don't know what's going on.
What is line render
Why
set position? What does that do?
Okay. So set
position of line 1?
I would say that maybe here we should just say like not visible or set visible false, something like that, like hide it. I think that's a way to hide it, because you have a line renderer which you can give points and then describe how it's supposed to be rendered. So for example, here, there are 2 points of a laser. One is the first part where it's sticking out of the laser.
Yeah.
And this is how far it goes. So if the laser goes over the player, we don't want to hit the ground, right? We want to stop the rendering at the player.
For sure.
And here we kind of hide it this way, because both parts of the line
just make it a zero-length line.
Yeah, point to the same place.
Word. Okay.
Probably a little bit over-engineered.
Okay.
Are you satisfied?
I understand the laser. I understand the laser code now.
Laser components, other components are here. See, like now, most likely I would have, this would be at best one class, like why split it? And most likely it could be even, in the same area of zappers. So the other things that behave similarly. But here, because we're all trained like clean code guys, actually it was before I read clean code, but people always like be modular, be small, like whoa. So now
gotta keep it understandable.
You have super small things that need to now have 6 things that need to coordinate with each other, and a lot of code.
We got the laser shooter, so all of the complexity moved into the coordination.
Laser random, laser shoot sound, and you have like a wild. What is it?
Is that pitch? No, it's probably volume randomization. Volume.
Actual sound. Oh wait, it's not used.
You just laser volume X. It used to be used, but you guys must have thought it's no good.
Yes.
Didn't like the randomization.
Something happened. Yes.
Something happened. Changes were made.
Yeah. Last minute changes.
Last minute. Gotta ship it.
Timer.
There's a lot of...
Look at the math. If counter is smaller than 8, counter plus.
And then just doesn't counter. Wait, does counter ever reset? Or does counter just stay at 8 forever? Counter just goes to 8 and then it's done. That's why they turned off long random, because it randomizes 8 times and then it's it. That's all you get. So then that's probably why I turned it off, because it's like, can't be bothered fixing this logic. It's weird that it only does it 8 times. Just leave it. Just leave it at 1 for now.
And also you can spot the pattern. Why do we have 4 of them? Like it's clearly the same logic for everyone.
Is it because you have 4 lasers in the station?
Yes. It's
so you just have 4 lasers. Yeah, but there they are.
What about arrays? What about lists?
Well, we haven't seen arrays yet in this code base, so I think it's part of the course.
See this? Like, is there a pattern here?
Well, it's kind of like loop unrolling. This has like strong loop unroll energy, except like
this is performance. Performance reasons. You've seen how battery smooth the game works. That's why.
Yeah, I didn't see any hitches at all. Like it was nice and clean. Plus, then if you want to add a laser, you just add one, right? It's pretty straightforward. You don't need to think about bounds checking.
It's pain. You need to do this, so you need to add them. So you need to copy paste this, change this to like, right, whatever, here, add 5 here, 5, now go save this, go back here.
You gotta get the sound. Well, you didn't even load the sounds. You gotta,
yeah, exactly.
But now you can make Laser 4 be different from Laser 5 trivially.
Yeah, that's true. It's actually true. And have different, different volume.
You might have different volumes. Maybe instead of randomizing, a good thing is just to play each different.
Laser mode, public static, #global.
Wait, what? But what does it do, laser mode? It's just true. It's just we're lasering.
If it's not laser mode, we destroy the thing.
We destroy.
We're done. We're done. We're not even finished initialization. We're already done.
You're already dead. If it's not laser mode, we just don't.
Oh, I know. I will tell you.
Probably some maps didn't want to have lasers.
I didn't showcase my engineering marvel, which was a tutorial. Right. And this is what there was a special. Actually, I was.
So for the tutorial mode, you just don't laser.
Yeah.
You just laser mode false.
Because it's not like you would expect, a game to be so easy to just like turn features on and off, but this is like clean code stuff, man. Like it's super difficult to change anything. Everything depends on everything, and it's just a mess. So we did the solution to work for tutorial.
Just get rid of it. Yeah. I mean, it's clean. You don't have to.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to anything. You just destroy. Yeah.
I would say it's better this way.
But isn't there a part which creates the laser shooters somewhere? Could you maybe just not create them there for the tutorial?
This would be too much of a...
Well, plus this way you can expose the laser mode to your editor and just be like, laser mode off, fixed. And it's contained within the laser shooter module, so nobody else needs to know.
I don't know how to properly describe this, but I remember vividly that when I was programming this, I felt like I'm doing the hardest thing on earth.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I am burying so much complexity in my mind, and it's convoluted. And when I look at this now, it's just plain obvious. But it was like, this is just so difficult. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. And doing things was just pain.
It's pretty wild to remember it, right? Because it's kind of gives you a sense for how much of a delta there can be between, somebody who's just starting out versus somebody who's been doing this for 10 years. And it's it's wild, right? Because it makes you think, what about another 10 years and another, you can't even understand people who have been programming for 40 years because you're just they probably look at stuff that.
But I hope it continues, It's
right.
It would be sad to be, 10 years into the future and be at the same level than now. It's actually interesting to have this point of check comparison.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's very interesting, and it gives you I don't know what the insight is, but it's an interesting insight. That's why it's kind of interesting to look at old code.
There were 2 tutorials, by the way. So one is the standard written guidance. Look at this. And you can scroll here. This is, by the way, what I mean. Shipping the game versus making a prototype. The amount of work that required to make these shots with the animated and see the blurred ones as flipping to give you
a sense for the flip. Yeah.
What it is, just and here hitting a proper thing. There's also the guy animated on the station, not in the special other scenes. So it was blah blah blah. So the whole thing to get through and game rules and all this stuff. Yeah. This is all explained here. By the way, we didn't help people to get there, but because it was enter prison and stuff. But see how much cool.
There's a wiki. You get the backstory and lore. Someone asked about the lore of the game in the chat.
This we'll get in the end. We'll get a little bit into the lore, which is like a tidbit.
The lore is coming.
But see all the special, because the specials are different. Then you have explanation for fat. Well, he's fat. I haven't seen that.
I mean, it's true.
What? He's ripped. What the hell?
He is kind of ripped, to be honest. He's big. Big is the modern term you'd use. He's big.
He's big.
He's a big.
Demolishing prisoners in his way. It might be like also cringy English, because I mean,
it's fine. It's prison language.
Prison language. Controlling the bomb. Taping once makes the bomb slow down, and then it starts moving in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Special. After a while, Toadachi fuses his bomb, which starts flying. It could be in the beginning, right? Like, it's kind of like, this is how you control the bomb. By the way, you can make a bomb. But anyway, while controlling it, he's immobilized. This is the bane of playing Toadachi, you know? This is why it's
getting immobilized. That would get you, right?
Yeah. And then a random rhino from behind it will be like,
surprise rhino horn.
Explosion. When time reaches zero, bomb collides with other projectile that explodes, destroying everything around.
Just everything. You had to give it a... Yeah. Whoa. So basically the written guidance is for people that like reading. And then for people who are like, I hate tutorials, then you do the try it yourself, right?
Look at this. I was so proud of this.
And what is this?
Half movement.
Interactive?
What?
We're keeping this 100%.
I was so proud. I spent so much time. I remember like pulling my hair out to actually do it. To make like the code changes where nobody ever envisioned this before. And you can click zapper. Click activate. Everything.
This is a good tutorial, man. I've never seen this done in a game.
See, and it's here in Stellar Asylum.
It's great.
And it's here you have the button.
So now if anybody implements a tutorial like this, you can call it the Stellar Asylum tutorial style.
Activate.
That's what it's going to be.
And you have a dummy.
Yeah, chat is impressed.
Bum, bum, bum.
But you can put a dummy in there to try stuff out?
Bam.
Damn.
Yes, and he doesn't move, which is also an important feature.
Well, it is an important feature.
It's not that easy to stop moving in this game. You will see the code for movement, and you'll be like, "What?"
I can imagine if you have a behavior like you're gonna have to delete the behavior or something. How are you gonna get him to stop moving?
That's crazy math, man.
Yeah. You cooked with this. That's the summary from the chat.
I'm to this point. I'm like super proud of this.
So this will be forever known as the Stellar Asylum tutorial style. If you ever implement this, you got to reference it. Yeah,
it's copyrighted style now. You got to reference MIT. Like no, what's the license that you need to mention?
Are we going to be MIT? There's no licenses these days. It's just all Claude. Claude wipes all licenses.
Claude license. Destroyed copyright law. Okay. How are we on time? This is 1 hour in, right?
1 hour, yeah, 40. We're all right. I'm okay for a while.
Okay. Then we can continue.
I think we got to get to player movement.
We've seen this part.
I think we're ready for player movement.
This is, by the way, the end thing. I'll tell you what's the photo. This is like real life photos.
All right, sweet. That's exciting.
Okay. So player movement now. Is chat aligned?
I think chat has just been observing quietly. Is there any requests from chat about where we should go next? I'm thinking player movement because I'm ready to. I understand enough about the surrounding code that I think I'm ready to tackle player movement, and so just like spam what you want to see, or if you just want to roll with player movement. And there was a question from chat as well. Potatoes using delta time to rotate the characters every frame. Delta time is infamously not a great method for frame rate independence. Naughty.
What?
What is your go-to implementation for frame rate independent movement, Wookash? Interview question. Does it change when you're considering determinism?
Wait, what? So delta time is the render time, right?
Yeah.
And there's time fixed delta time. This is usually for physics updates. You can also do void fixed update, right?
Right.
And in the fixed update, delta time is actually the fixed delta time, which is kind of expected but also weird. Oops.
Oh, that audio sound, dude. Blasts the ears.
Is it loud? Okay.
Yeah, it's nuclear.
Okay. Sounds makes
It wakes the chat up every time.
System sound 0. Okay. It's not going to happen again. Sorry about that. So
that's all right.
Yeah, and somebody said blah 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 deterministic. So this is not deterministic, right? Of course, this is render time.
So you'd go fixed delta time.
So if I would be like, oh, let's do it. So if I were to use something from Unity, I would be like this, but I would probably keep the intervals from the start, right?
Yeah,
and then
just keep it consistent.
Keep the intervals from the timestamp of the beginning. And then see because you can also check the current time, right? Time, something? Yeah, time, I think.
Time. So I think what they're referring to is that when you're doing, I think in this case you're safe because you're just doing rotation and it's just like a linear, effectively an angle going through a matrix. So I think you'll get the same results regardless. But if you're doing like a jump, for example, if you're doing anything to do with acceleration or kind of like acceleration or velocity integration, then just putting delta time on your acceleration or on your velocity doesn't actually produce the same result on different frame rates. So for linear movement, it solves the problem, but for quadratic and whatever, so you can like Freya Homer has a good article about delta time interpolation, for example, or there's like different integrators and things like that. So, but this is probably beyond what Stellar Asylum was targeting at the moment. But the fact that you're in polar coordinates sort of solves the problem for this game.
So the Unity physics, like it's famously indeterministic, right?
Right.
But you can not use it, and you can, in the fixed update version, you can do your own integration, right? You can have the Euler, the simplified Euler, the Verlet, and blah blah blah. So yeah, I was doing actually like from scratch integration during my studies, and it was pretty fun. And you could compare how errors accumulate. Because these solutions have it's the Taylor expansion basically, and Verlet is like based on two positions from the past, two velocities, and you don't have the acceleration. So there I remember going through this process, and there were like clear candidates. I don't remember which and when.
Probably semi-explicit or Euler is the one that gets thrown around a lot.
Yeah.
Or semi-implicit Euler.
I would assume that if I would be I want to be deterministic and have this editor functionality to retrace the steps and everything and record gameplay, then I would do probably first of all not use the Unity physics and then look into this. But I don't know the actual steps right now.
Yeah, if you're basically for determinism, I think you have to go fixed update. I think somebody, Sonic was saying in chat as well, because you need to control how, even if you're moving at a variable frame rate, a simple trick is just to do a bunch of small fixed updates, and then then at least you're in control of it. So for example, for these kinds of games, I would maybe update at 240 hertz, and that way you just chunk your frame rate into 1/240, and then you just do like 4 of those updates for 60 hertz because you're running super fast anyway. So you just do 4 updates per frame, and that way you can run at like 60, 120, 240 of those frame rates at least.
So but you would have like game logic on a separate update cycle than rendering.
Yeah, or even just like for every render frame, like if you assume you lock your frame rate to 60, 120, 240, which is like reasonable enough these days, or and 30, you can do 30 as well with the same logic. Basically, for every actual render frame, you just do some number of update frames of your game. So you don't even have to do a different thread. So like, let's say you're rendering at 60. 60 is 4 times slower than 240. So you would just do 4 game ticks and then you render just inside your game. And if you're running at 30, you just do 8 game ticks. And if you're running at 120, you do 2 game ticks. And if you're running at 240, you just do one game tick. And that way you get predictable, exact playback for those frame rates at least. It gets a little bit more complicated if you want to support more frame rates, but that's like a really simple solution. And then you just do everything with fixed update. Then you don't have to, well, if you want to make it frame rate independent, right, you're going to have to use the kind of integrators you're discussing here. But those will never give you the same result, like bitwise floating point accurate, if your render time is different. So they'll get very close. Like if you use like Runcata 4 or something instead of Euler, you'll get closer to the actual result, but it won't be deterministic. So if you do this kind of method where you update 4 times or n times, then you can use a simple Euler integrator. You'll get whatever result you get, but it'll be deterministic. And then you don't have to worry about your frame rate. So that, I think if you want to go, I think this is what like Street Fighter and them do, probably. Because I think Street Fighter runs a deterministic frame rate. So if you want to do determinism, I'd say chunk it up in fixed pieces. Don't worry about your integrator. Do whatever you want, because whatever it is, it'll just be the same. And if you don't care about determinism but want frame time independence, then you have to look into more advanced integrators and so forth.
And then you're in a bad spot if your logic update takes more time than it should.
Yeah.
But that's always the case.
But you're writing in Odin.
But we're in Odin, so like super
We're in
fast.
Odin. You'll be super fast. And if you're writing a game like this, I mean, this is like indie game advice, but if you're writing a game like this and you're kind of, this is why I like writing stuff in like C, C++ or Odin or whatever, because you get a free like 4x performance boost for free, and I would just spend it on this. Just be like, imagine you just wrote the game in C++. Now you don't have to worry about frame rate independence because you just run it 4 times. The end. Like, that's the way I like to spend performance, because to improve my life rather than other things. So, yeah. Anyway, we probably don't need that for the next game, but maybe we'll see how we do with player movement.
Okay, player movement. Here it comes. Okay, player movement.
This is the big one.
Comes with like it's a base class. By the way, discovered inheritance. Okay. It's a base class for other controllers and other prisoners.
I'm estimating, yeah, that's the kind of scroll bar I want to see.
And there are things that we cannot pronounce. Okay, we cannot say out loud. For example, this is one of the jokes.
Yes.
It's supposed to be like you cannot do it.
Right.
So that's this.
I like it.
So you can, yeah. So that's you can also see like how big is this scroll bar. There's tons of things.
I know, I'm liking it.
So here's a Polish comment saying change of direction.
Okay.
Dir.
Zmiana
kierunku. Rotation speed, player number. Okay.
Look at that rotation speed. Holy. What 2000 of what?
No one knows. Okay. Units, don't like them. This is radius. It's so everybody's on a circle, right?
Yeah.
So it's radius of the circle and angle, polar coordinates, and it's period.
What's period?
So period is the time, like inverse of frequency. Right?
Yeah, but yes, but in this particular case.
So this is how we say how fast you are.
I see.
We say period.
So how many cycles per second you do?
I mean, it was supposed to be this, but it doesn't look like it's like, it should be a cycle in half a second. It's not a good thing. So this is what I'm saying. Like this is a dangerous territory. Okay, like this is big boys. This is.
Well, I mean, when you got 2,000 rotation speed, you're. I said we don't need a better integrator, but I'm kind of changing my tune. We might need a better integrator for.
So, okay. So this is okay. Just let's go through them. This is an interesting one. Okay.
It's the same as period.
It's gonna be the most used one. Let's see. This is
okay. It's easier to type, so I believe it. Yeah.
Flip timer, which is
sure.
You've seen how characters change direction. You would think it's just a click of a button, man. You would think it's so easy. When they switch, by the way, they have colliders. It's actually very interesting. Like they switch, they have colliders. So, whatever. So they need to flip so that if they are touching and they flip, they cannot be still touching because they would lock. And sometimes they're bugging out like this because they flip when the collider matches another collider, finds another one. So you need to do like flip, but also for a part of time, like don't do the flip again and like blah, blah, blah.
Wait, but it's the same asset. Why is it colliding with itself?
No. It's flipping is when you meet another one.
Oh, flip is when you...
Yeah.
I thought flip is when you tap and then they flip around.
Yes, but they...
That's what the tutorial said.
Yes, but they flip if they collide with each other as well.
It's like an involuntary flip.
Yes.
So it's handled with the same code.
Yes.
It's as if the user pressed flip. All right.
See?
Okay. I'm feeling it.
So see the collider.
Yes.
There.
Yeah. The box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you can imagine, or I can see. I actually don't know whether I can flip him here, because flip is an advanced thing. Okay. So in any case, imagine that. You see the collider is not exactly at the not exactly at his like center. It's already moved a little bit behind him. It's the same for her. So it's because like you want to avoid a situation where they would collide, flip, and they would still be locked in, and they flip and here flip and flip and flip and flip and flip and flip.
But that sounds like a thing that happened.
Oh, it still happens.
As in, like, it happened and then this exists to make it not happen, right? Kind of thing.
Here we have special modifier. Okay.
Word.
Special one. This is tutorial.
Okay, I'm guessing it has something to do with special moves.
No, it's a special modifier for math to work out. And come on.
Like Einstein's special relativity constant.
It's like, the special ingredient to the math to work out. It's a special one.
It's like the fudge factor in the cosmology, because we're doing the same level of math here that it requires a little bit of special judging.
Exactly.
Okay.
You need to remember, this is our literal first program.
I'm with you, man.
First program. Like, we did not do like a calculator app first. We've done this.
Right. No, this is better, because you basically, okay.
Okay.
Jumping, shooting.
Jump, shooting. Can't, meaning cannot.
Can't what, though?
So it's like, here there's...
Nie można używać... I'm going to try to read the Polish. You cannot
use the button.
I don't know. See, I think like
incredible,
30%.
Steven. That's me. Like
yeah. Them
Alex.
comments.
And here I can't imagine what is happening in the chat. Maybe it's probably better that I don't have the access to
Yeah,
chat.
no, it's good. The chat's impressed.
Prisoner is not moving.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that for the tutorial? Maybe.
Like, can't flip.
Who knows?
True. Can't flip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, right. Okay.
You can
maybe can flip makes sense more. But I get it. I remember writing a lot of code in the negative and then having a lot of inversions of that code and then being like, my brain is hurting so much. And I'm like, if I just change the name of my variable, I can get rid of like 60% of the inversion logic. But I think when you're learning about like De Morgan's law and whatever at school, you're like, oh yeah, I gotta like invert the or and the and like that's what I have to do. And then you're just like, no, you don't. Like most of the time, you just never actually do that. Just name your variables in a way that doesn't come up.
No, we have like stand facing right. This is like really the flip. Here's an interesting one. Remember stuff, which is just a script with like global stuff. Like it's global.
Okay. It's like the memory. It's the AI memory system.
Yeah. And you can see also, by the way, welcome arrays.
Arrays show up.
Prisoner.
There's a lot of arrays. 11. It's all arrays.
Now everything is an array. Hello.
Except. Well, it's easier to copy paste and it makes the thing you need to change stand out. So I think it's an improvement.
Okay, I'm going back. So remember stuff has things that you can use, like it's like you said, AI memory.
It's the globals.h.
Smooth rotation quaternion ?
Okay.
It's like, so Unity works. If you have mono behavior, you have an access to the transform, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is like an additional quaternion for storage. I don't know. Like I would now try to keep all my rotation at like in the transform directly. So why would it be like separated?
Well, you want to keep your original rotation. Then you just drive the original rotation and then you smooth it out for rendering purposes. It's not a bad idea. I like that.
We'll see how it's used.
That's what I'm imagining it's used for.
Here's an add one. Timer.
Yeah.
Conspicuous.
-1 probably means invalid. If timer is less than 0,
hopefully.
Don't do the timer, hopefully.
Transform axis mundi, which is our way of saying like this. This is our way of saying hello.
Wait, what?
So we, for some reason, have been puzzled with like logic and positioning and transforms and local to world space and coordinates.
That stuff's rough. Yeah.
So we decided that we should create an object that will be our axis mundi. And
what's
whenever
mundi?
it's like a Latin for axis of the world. Mundi.
Okay.
This is Latin.
I like it. I like Latin names.
So it's like the center of the universe in English, and we just put a empty object in the scene at the point 0, 0, 0, and we base all the computations off of it.
Fair enough.
As if in the future, if you were to move it, it would supposedly move with everything else. Of course, you can imagine that like 50% of the cases use that and the other half doesn't.
But also, why is it private to the... It's public but it's per object. It's not the actual...
It's a reference. So,
are transforms always by reference in Unity or something?
So that's an instance, that's a reference to the object. So it can be whatever you want, right? It's like Java. You've written Java, right? Like
but Java only objects are by reference. Everything literals are by value. So that's why. So transforms are by reference always.
Yes, it's not a vector. It's like it's not a struct that would have things. It's not like
transform is not a unity. No, it is a unity thing.
It is a unity.
So is vector also by reference?
No. Like
are vectors by reference?
No, this is a member of the class. Maybe chat knows, but this is
vectors and quaternions will assign by values, but transforms are by reference.
So transform is like an object, like the Java object, right? Okay. So you can. What we would do here is we would have. Actually, let me show you here. So if you go here.
Everything is a reference in C# because reasons, except primitive types, again, because reasons. Yeah, so it's like Java style. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Transform is a component. So transform is not like a matrix 4. It's a thing. Okay.
Yeah, so basically, I don't know why it doesn't let me.
How's this supposed to be easier? Like, it's so much harder to get...
So you see here, for example, base pose or the astronaut AC, right? You have this AC stands for animation controller.
Okay.
And if I were to do this with animation controller type here, and it would be public, it would show up here, right? Like as a property. So then you drag from here there, for example, and you have a reference to an object.
Right.
So we need to both live in this editor mode and in this code mode, kind of, at the same time.
It's confusing, man. It's confusing.
I don't like it. Okay, it's a reference.
Okay. It's a reference to the global access.
It's a reference to the object that is put in like 0, 0, 0 and never moves. Okay. For some reason, we just couldn't figure out that we could just have a vector 0, 0. By the way, like we could just not have anything. Like I don't know why. But then
you can't move it everywhere. You can't move it.
I don't know why.
What if your world?
I guess like API wanted a transform, and we didn't know how to say vector, and it was confusing. But at the same time, like we were trying to do everything else. So, okay, come on, okay.
Yeah, it's just it's not about the technology. It's about the game design. At the end of the day, right? Technology is just a means to an end. That's why we're going to write it with Claude for the next version.
Claude will make it so much easier, man. Like Claude will just figure it out on its own.
I wonder, like, imagine you guys were doing this and then you had Claude. It would be a very different experience. I'll just leave it at that.
If we were to do it like now?
No, like back in the day.
But this
you would have just been like sitting there having a soda, be like, you know, it'd be cool. A game about prisoners running in a circle. Yeah. Let's vibe code it. Bam. Job done.
Yeah, and it would be like, done in 2 hours in like a basic version. Yeah, I don't think I like it, and that's it.
But it wouldn't have good variable names, and you probably wouldn't have a rhino who is fat and has a 6-pack. Like, these things only come from actually tangoing with the game.
I think we had time to fall in love with this project, and this wouldn't happen otherwise.
Exactly.
So you see here, I created, this is the actually cool part about Unity, that it has live reload, so I can I can tweak these numbers and it will be updated in the game running. But all of these, so the astronaut controller is inheriting this, right? So this dir a period flip timer or axis mundi, and if you go axis mundi,
then you just grab it.
Hello. So 0, 0, 0. Where is it? It's in the middle.
In the middle? Well, you know, you want to be explicit.
I don't see. Where's the gizmos?
And also, I was going to say, it makes the code less sort of crazy looking when you see it as part of a panel. Because, like, it's one thing to write that kind of code when you're just straight code in a file. But if you know that basically you write that kind of stuff so that it shows up in the... in the inspector on the right, like it doesn't look crazy here, right? It's just a pile of values, right? But when you actually say, well, everything that's in the inspector has to be a a value in my code, it's kind of like, what? It's a little bit. So,
that's here. By the way, there are ways to make it prettier. Like he would just dump them, but you can have like a bit of headers, and you can have these
collapsible ones,
collapsible things, and there are extensions. One well known is Odin Serializer, which is not related to Odin programming language.
Oh no.
Which is adding lots of functionality here. By default, you don't. If you have the like vector type, which is, I don't remember now, it's a list or array. In C#, you can't put it here. You can only have the static arrays, and it actually does the serialization so that you can actually use it. So this Odin thing is like the most well-known plugin for Unity.
So we'll have to make sure that when we prompt Claude, we give it that distinction so it doesn't get confused and write the game inside the inspector panel instead of using it. Yeah, we've got to add that to the
nice
prompt.
Project, by the way, to do a game in an inspector. In Unity.
There you go. All right, let's get to the code. Okay, I think we can figure out the variables later.
Okay.
From context.
So, how do you want to do it? There are
okay, let's start the start. We got to know what we're starting with. So the movement's going to start.
Virtual wink wink.
Okay. I guess maybe Rhino has a different movement. All right, we'll find out. So we find the movement, we find the axis. Okay, that's good. Now we got it. We have an AS. We have the audio and the RS, and that's the remember stuff. Okay. Board manager, death match reviver.
It's very questionable that we have this as a game object find, meaning we can literally drag and drop the reference and be done with it. And yet during runtime, we spend time to go through all of the objects that we have in the scene
find it
to find the one that has transform 0, 0, 0. Super important. So that's like this is like a big no. But this is also everywhere in the tutorials to do, and it's just so misleading. People like, I don't know.
The Access Mundi tutorial. All right.
Game object find reviver.
Flip.
So do we do?
Okay. Let's do flip because this is the core of the game, right? This is your.
Can also do something. Like
oh yeah. This is a good idea.
I don't know what's the shortcut.
Jump, click.
Off, click. So, I would presume we might want to go to just update and see what.
Okay. Let's see what's going on, and then but I want to get to flip.
So here's the core movement. Okay.
Timer. Timer.
By the way, there will be moments where I'm not able to explain everything here. If you wait for this to be like, oh no, tell me what this silly thing is like. I don't know.
All right. So let's moving. All right, we're moving. I'll fix my chair. This is gonna be real.
It's gonna be a rough one. Yeah. So we have timer, and if it's not stop, you remember we want to set stop when we want to stop.
So if timer is less than 375, and timer becomes that every some number of delta times.
By the way.
Yeah, if it's not initial.
Yeah.
So at some point you start moving when timer is 0?
But it's a floating point.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like exactly
well, you initialize it to negative
-1.
You initialize it, it'll be the same -1.
And
it'll be all right.
It's never gonna be -1 if you just add timer plus, right? Like, so there's no danger of hitting this. So it's basically super.
But you don't want to increment when it's -1 because you haven't started moving yet. Presumably, someone's going to set timer to 0, and that's what's going to kick everything off. That's what I'm hoping to see. That's what I'm imagining.
I mean, you have it here.
I have a kind of idea though.
So you have -1. You go to the update, and you're like, if it's smaller, then it's -1. Yeah. So it is smaller. So let's go. I
think that the timer's not used, is it? The timer doesn't ever. No one sets it to greater than -1. But nothing breaks because it's less than 0.375. I don't think anyone uses timer. I'm gonna throw that out there real quick. It's a bit like that other variable we found.
Wait.
What was the other one that was...
Should it be used?
I don't think it's used. I mean, there's probably other parts in the code, but...
Well, how is this possible?
Well, it's less than 0.375, so it's just going to update. It always updates. I think your intention was that you're going to update the position every 0.375 seconds and then smoothly rotate to the new position. But in practice, it's just updating every single frame. But because you're using delta times, it's probably just working.
So this, because you initially said that it never runs, and it runs, right? Like, it starts -1.
Yeah.
If it's different than -1, you add it.
But it's never different than -1 because...
different, so it's always here, unless it's stopped.
Yeah.
So this is just like a random number, but it always goes through here. That's...
Yeah.
And also here, look at this Matthew reference, you know? You know why? Now you know.
RA.
Because this is like how...
Oh, that's the center of a circle. Center of a circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was just wondering what the A and B are for. Okay.
I think it's
so
offset.
We got the position.
It's offset if you want to move the circle, right?
So
like...
Oh, and here's the remember stuff tutorial. Times remember stuff tutorial.
Yeah.
Dude, we're doing math. We're doing like conditional math here.
Oh yeah. Okay, so what
this is like the
core. This is the core thing that updates the position, right?
Yeah.
Like the movement on the circle.
Right.
And this is like the first thing we coded. The first everything we had like basic like rectangle going in the circle.
Yeah.
Because we always wanted to have this circle thing. And then we have this axis mundi, which is just 0.
Yeah,
so it's like X. And here's
X
Y.
plus 0.
It's -0, -0.
Yeah.
And then we time tutorial.
And then you have the branchless. Someone said in there.
And tutorial is 1.
Branchless multiply. Well, sometimes, right? Not always. Tutorial is not always 1, right? Sometimes it's -1, see? That's when you make them go in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
For some reason.
No.
Tutorial is definitely used. Yeah, tutorial -1, right there. Yeah, see?
Can't see tutorial.
So you go the other way in the tutorial. Because probably by default you went left, which would be...
Yeah. We flipped it.
Because in the tutorial you went counterclockwise.
Yeah.
Which is weird because clockwise would be positive, counterclockwise would be positive, but that's why you flip your z-axis the other way, because you want things to go clockwise for the positive, because clocks are the way we think.
Because brain cannot comprehend, cannot overload this much information. Is too much.
Yeah. No, let's get into some standard spaces here.
Nice. So this is covered. Basic movement, hardcore stuff, and this is look rotation, which is the way to do like orient the sprite towards a thing. So
you're rotating the axis.
So we're moving the sprite, right? The circle, but we want to always be pointing with his head to the top, to the middle, right? Head pointing to the middle. So you need to slowly rotate it, right?
I'm just confused that its forward is up through its head, but we can roll with that. If so, the forward is the up. Okay. Transform direction vector negative forward. By the way,
I'm not gonna try to decode this math.
I mean, we have to understand what the core movement system.
Z, rotation W.
Raw dogging quaternions in there.
Quaternions with W. Okay.
Hell yeah.
I don't know.
All right, let's go. Kind of. So you basically take. Whoa. No, this is interesting. Okay. Whoa. Did you learn about quaternions in school at that point, or are you just like?
No. This must have been Stack Overflow.
Because this is some real shit right now. It's like. So basically, you got a rotation, but then you're like, no, I'm just going to take the ZW. So what does that do? I'm not that good with quaternions. I'm assuming W is going to be the real part, I guess. Interesting.
I can't tell now. When I was learning about quaternions, I got to the point where I kind of understood what would be in certain situations in the W. Now I cannot tell. Like normally for audience, where you would just you can express a rotation with the quaternion. So you would like to say, hey, for example, this axis and this much in angle, store it in a quaternion and apply it or lerp to it. But that's it. And like here, whatever is happening here is
this is beyond
unaccounted for.
Yeah, this is like some Carmack square root kind of stuff. Fast. This is like Wookash's fast, smooth rotation. Like, I mean, it's probably W usually encodes like the rotation about an axis, hand wave speaking, because it's kind of like an axis angle-ish thing, but yeah, sort of axis angle. Yeah, exactly. As chat's saying, W is the half angle. Yeah. If that's what I was saying. So if W is the real component, this would be something. But then like the Z comes in, right? If it was just W, I'd be like, okay, yeah, we're sort of doing. But you zeroed the axis.
But this is because we want to rotate it like this, the forward axis. So this is why we have zeros here, right? Because
I'll believe you, man.
Because these three, like I think the interpretation for some quaternions could be, I don't know. This would be the axis, like the direction.
Yeah.
And this would be the half angle. But it might be that it's working because it's 0, 0. And if it would be different. I think there's
some kind of... Yeah, because like for this to work, like if I saw this in code, I would imagine the person has like a good understanding of quaternions. They would also probably want to have a comment saying like, assuming Hamilton or JPL convention for the quaternion orientation, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, no, I got this from Stack Overflow. These days, I would at least put a comment saying, from link to Stack Overflow. Just to be like, you know what, I pulled this from here, And then you got the delta time. So one random thought I had, by the way, is that you elegantly skirted around all the problems with integration and variable time step in the game with like some awesome beginner's luck, because you're rotating only in a circle, which means it's always linear movement. You have no quadratics, you have no acceleration change. So your integration is identical. So you can just slam the delta time in there and you're fine. And you made your jump part of the animation, which means you're not integrating the jump arcs and velocity. It's baked in the animation. You just play that with delta time, no problem. So you don't actually have any integration independence. You just like cleanly solved all these problems by maybe making problems in other places. But hey, if you switch this to fixed time, you'd just be, even with delta time, I bet this is like real good.
That's solid. It doesn't break in terms of simulation.
It's rock solid. If someone went in there like, oh, this animation, let's make it in place. But no, that's important for frame rate independence.
I think the main reason for making the jump animation be moving the position as well was to actually be able to see while animating. Obviously this caused problems in terms of like how far should you go and blah blah blah. But like for the keyframe animation that we're doing inside Unity, like we didn't have an idea to what to do with it, how to get around with not seeing. And then in the code you would need to be like, you know, when do you start the animation, when do you end it? Like now it would be, okay, you have a half point and you need to be by the half point here. But like this didn't occur to us. So like I think we needed to see the entire animation running and understand at which keyframe you're at which vertical position. I think this was the logic.
I mean, you shipped it.
Yeah.
But you got there.
Okay. So this was basic. Now,
by the way, other people in the chat are saying they've done that to Quaternions too, so don't feel bad. Looks very familiar.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Where do we go now? Stun, die, and stun?
I want to see flip.
Okay, which one?
Because I smell something. I'm like Gordon Ramsay with the. I want to open that door and see what's in that fridge.
I don't know why there are 2.
12 usages to a force flip. Okay, we got to start with a normal flip, and then I want to know why sometimes it's forced.
Okay. I need to.
More timers. There's more timers in here. Jesus. All right.
Okay. It's timers and timers, man.
Timers and timers and timers and timers.
So, literal translation would be
why?
I don't know how to say it. It's like a saying. It's
yeah. I get you.
We'll see what happens. You know, like
Let's
see what happens.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, got some more inverted logic because things were named as can't instead of can.
Oh yeah.
So you got not shooting and can't flip, but can flip because it's not can't flip. So really it's not shooting and can flip. Right?
It's with the De Morgan law, it would be shooting or can't flip.
No, you don't want to De Morgan this because you want not shooting and can flip. You just want to rename that to can. That's going to save you a lot of headache. You just rename that to can. That's like that 20-year-old programming wisdom is like the name is less important than how you're going to read it later. But you missed the pun. So the pun the pun is what sunk you here.
Okay.
If you
what?
Anyway, so we're doing this when we can flip and we're not shooting because you don't want to flip while you're shooting. Otherwise, you'll be able to do sneaky stuff. The rotation, starting the flip. Let's go. For each sprite holder, we're gonna do preparing. Unity's like, all right, everyone, get ready. We're about to play. Get the colliders. Buckle down the doors.
All hands on deck.
We're going to perform the most important game logic right now. Hold on to your colliders. Sprite holders. Yes, sir. Are you holding? Yes. Transform sprite holder and sprite holders. Okay. Sprite holder compare tag, sprite. Why are you in there if you're not a sprite? How would you sneak in? Who let non-sprite holders into the sprite holders array? It's like the other engineer put non-sprite holders. Wookash is like, God damn it. this was only for sprite holders. It should only hold sprites, but there's no typed arrays. So you have to make sure. Okay.
This is runtime, man. We can't make mistakes, okay? This is make no
Robust.
mistakes.
This is called defensive programming.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah. This is bad. Yeah. Okay. The scale. Wait, what? The scale is the local position. It lies. It lies. What? Transform local position. The scale.
I think it's a
bug. Okay. I think no. What this is like
position should be 0. So if you multiply 0 by -1, you should have 0. Right? What's the low? No. Local position of these sprites might be moved.
I guess it's because your local position is not at 0, 0. You have to flip it.
Yeah.
So I think the scale is named...
Could be named differently.
I think it's encoding the operation in the noun. So it's like, it's not, this is the scale which we're going to use. This is the scaling part of this maneuver we're about to do, which is the flip. This is the scale part. Then you do the scale. Okay. Got it. So we flipped our local space. Yeah. Direction is 1.
If it's 1, then the rotation.
What? Ho. Okay.
So, if I remember correctly, like you have a game object, right? And we want to continue, like we need to turn the object. I mean, we don't need to, but we want to, at least here.
Rotation around Y.
We end up doing it. We just flip it. Even though it's 2D, we kind of flip it.
You can flip it that way.
And since we have the sprites that are not in 0, 0, right? We want to move them to match.
Yeah. So it's like...
But it's local position Z -1. Are you taking out a piece of paper?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't see you. You need to communicate your movements.
Yeah, it's like a paper. So it's like if your center is here, then if you just rotated, you'd rotate about this point. It would be wrong. So then you do that. So you go, whoa. That kind of... Okay. I mean, I think you flipped it and then you were like, that doesn't look right. And then you were like, I know what will make it look right. If the direction's 1, we're going to rotate this way. Or maybe you did the first thing first and then you probably realized you have to also flip the sprites.
I know what we're also... there is order that is important here. And some of the flipping was messing up the order of the sprites, like Z ordering. You know? This is why we're scaling Z. So here...
you're inverting the Z ordering.
Yeah.
That's much more
so
smart.
You have calf bone. But this local position is 0, no.
I see. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. You just wanted to change the front to backness.
Because we manually encode it in Z-axis, a secret parameter of ordering. So if you then switch it
fair
to...
enough.
Shoop.
Yeah. It's like CSS Z order.
Shoop.
Just the same.
Shoop.
You're ahead of the time.
That's how to do it.
Okay.
Man.
I mean, that's not bad.
This is why, because we don't have like a single 2D sprite, right? We have more of them, and we need
looks
to
good to me. Okay.
Separately. If you flip them.
Okay.
And then we need to set the direction. This is the direction, the actual direction that they're running.
Yeah,
in,
branchless.
Right?
Yeah.
Branchless, perfect.
Cool.
And, yeah.
Set the rotation.
Changing
and then invoke
face.
changing face. What does that do?
So invoke is this coroutine system. So you can do async things even though it's still one thread.
Yeah.
In Unity. So you have this like event loop underlying with the coroutines. And in newer versions, I think you can reference the name of the function directly, and C# handles it. And this was the older version where you needed to spell out the name in a string format.
Wild.
And
So
you
you're
say
gonna
later, like how much time later.
So later on, you're gonna do a bit of something.
What I think we wanted to say is like, hey, like after the frame or something, because we needed to wait for
colliders,
something to happen in the end of the frame. But you can do it in a better way now. You can yield and wait to the end of the frame and do it.
You gotta multiply by delta time.
Changing.
If you're gonna do these shenanigans, you gotta multiply by delta time.
Here, yeah, you're right.
It's the one place.
We don't have time.
So
quick.
On a 100 hertz display, you're gonna not do that in time, I guess.
This is gonna be, yeah, but this is one time, right? Like it. So come on, man.
You're gonna get a bad. Well, I mean, you didn't have like 120 hertz monitor. Oh no, you probably did. So yeah, 120 hertz monitor, you'll get one bad frame of whatever changing face is. Yeah. What's changing face? What's changing face do?
Well, let's see. Let's explore.
What? What? Why? What is it?
For some reason, we have very, we have like 4 things that we need to take care of when we're flipping. I don't know why we have facing right.
But you have direction already.
I know.
But probably you want something to happen later regarding facing right. Because you want, probably you want to put it in conditionals and you want to be like, if facing right, instead of always typing if direction 1. You save the direction stuff for the math heavy code, like flip.
Yeah, exactly.
And then for game logic, you use booleans so that it's readable. So I think
it's readable. This is only board manager awake. So this is in the beginning. So it's not, this is changing face. So it's actually only in the collision and only on the astronaut / Steven.
Because he's got the weird colliders probably.
For some reason, everything else does not seem to use facing right, but just direction. Wow, I never laughed so much in in weeks, man. It's broken.
Okay, and then what is flip force then? Because this looks pretty forced to me. I'm curious what force bypasses.
We need to see them, I think, side by side, because they might be just identical.
Oh, we'll be able to tell. We don't need to see them side by side. I'll pick it apart.
So here's again the comment. So it's
force flip. It does it before the timer runs out.
It's the same plus this. It's exactly the same plus this one. So,
is there default parameters in C#? Can you do force flip equals true in the argument?
Now, yes. Back then, I don't think so.
But back then, that's why it exists. C#'s fault.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway. Okay. So flip timer. Yeah, so probably you're not letting people flip more than once per 100
yeah,
100 milliseconds
this was
or something,
to save us from this bug. Like, this was like this, I don't know, guard or like... Ideally, you would like to have a way for your code not to express a bad state, right?
Sure.
But we're not in this territory. We're we're fighting for our lives here. So this is like,
swimming
okay, there's a
the
bug.
hill.
It's a bug. We cannot do it. Like we need a mechanism to stop us from having this bug right now.
That's right.
And you deal with the consequences, okay, and not with the reasons. So this was like a hack to avoid doing this, like flip.
Well, you probably don't want to flip for gameplay reasons either, because if you let the person flip, they can just smash the button and stay in one place, which gives them a stand option, which is not.
You cannot do it for gameplay reasons. This would be treated as a jump. Because you have the same button.
Yeah.
But technically,
unless you got if you get the timing right down where it's not quite a double tap, you can stay in place. But maybe that's an advanced game technique.
Yeah, and should be allowed.
Should be allowed.
We're like heavily into, this. If you want to be pro, we need to allow you to be pro. This is
you want to have a high skill ceiling for this. Yeah. Fair enough. Okay.
Right. Then we've done flips.
Okay. Angle calculator. Let's just double check in there real quick just to see. I mean, I know it works because I've seen it work. So
seven lines of code.
Oh, this thing. Yeah, I know this thing. This is like wrap the angle even though it's negative kind of junk. Yeah. Maybe it's right. Maybe it's not. Who knows? You can never know with this kind of code. Yeah, I've written this function like so many times, and I think there's a compact version of this, but I always forget what it is. Yeah.
So, okay. I think if we were scared when seeing like angle.
I would call that wrap angle. But yes, this is the thing you need.
There would be a bit of a renaming if we were to work on Stellar Asylum 2.
I wonder, I'd be curious what Claude would do to the code base. Just if you give it to it and be like, Claude.
Actually, we can do this.
Just be like, hey, right cursor.
Now, but we can do an experiment.
I would be curious if you just don't give it any context, and in fact give it context like, hey, this is my project. Yeah. Like, how sycophantic is it going to be? Is it be like, oh yeah, let's roll, and then just like adopt the style, like instead of saying rewrite, it'd be like, hey man,
introduce new swear words for the variable names, like the completely brand new ones.
It should,
because like that's the style of the project, so it should continue.
It should. I'm curious at what point it's going to call you out and be like, no, Claude, we got to ship. We're shipping in 3 days. There's no time for big refactors. We're not doing that. All right, jump. I'm going to request for jump.
So jump should be click. I'm not sure.
Well, you probably had click, and click probably calls jump. That's my guess.
So I would go from the root, click.
Okay. Of click. What's of click?
I guess it's like an end routine for them. Like end stun. I think click, but I don't know. Let's see.
Let's go.
This is
click. Okay.
Okay, maybe it's because it's special, actually, not jump. And this means that the base class, it's like null, but in the proper classes, it will be filled with some stuff. Let's quickly check this. Why doesn't it show me?
6 overrides. Yeah, okay, everybody's got an override.
I thought it will show me, but it doesn't. So yeah, template.
Yeah, this will be your different.
But this is jump, so it's actually not.
It's just gonna call jump.
So
with some conditions, it's got that. The timer's getting used.
Some jumps.
That's where the timer gets set to 0. That's where see. This is where the timer becomes 0. I'm on the lookout for timer still.
Yeah.
Timer 0. There it is.
Also, look at this combined statements in one line to make it cleaner.
Jump. Timer -1 of click false. Can't true.
Yeah.
Still, I guess can't is about jumping and method and jump.
I think it's like a multi-purpose variable.
Right, just you can't. Not right now, you can't.
Sometimes you can, and sometimes you cannot.
Sometimes you can't.
This is a way to express it.
Yeah.
If you need specificity, then you can't flip.
Right. But otherwise, it's just can't. Okay.
It's off click. So this is, I think, a variable. You can see off click here that tracks some amount of time after you clicked.
But not if you're -1. Yeah, of click.
You need to remember that we have this like double button, and you would expect now to have this double button logic somewhere extracted, meaning when
like a double click.
When do we consider this to be a click? When do we consider this to be a double click? And like a clean set of rules. I believe that this is all spread out throughout this code. You just click, you set some numbers, and you keep track of them.
It's like assembly.
Yeah.
Just set some registers, call the function, let's go.
It's like serious programming, man. It's not.
Yeah,
like
it's serious programming. No, it's not like a joke. You need braces on that else. That's all I'll say about this code.
Braces on the else.
If else braces, else has braces. AM review, nitpick, braces on the else. Rest of code LGTM.
Also, can we appreciate this? You know,
that's gameplay tuning.
How much time it must have been. Like, you want this to invoke 1 second and 83 milliseconds exactly. Okay.
Why would that be?
Because we tracked on like hand watch how much time,
like Miyazaki style, like
how much jump takes.
I like it.
So we can encode it here.
I'm getting that video of like Hayao Miyazaki just doing the animations with his like clock, and he goes, yes, 1 point.
That's exactly like this.
That's what I'm talking about. All right. It's pro, man. These kind of crazy numbers, you know, that's fine for gameplay code.
It's perfect.
That's how you do it. Okay. It's going to be the same for all of them, isn't it? It's going to be the same for every character, though. Of click, click. I mean, or as in like for all the different characters, that jump code is of that click, click code is going to be the same. Oh, this one has more stuff. Look of the normal click, click. If clicked false. Go above a little bit.
So this is off click, click, off click, click, if clicked, if clicked.
Some of them have an if clicked, and then in here they have that same magic constant.
Kill in, stop, and jump.
So you got different stuff
and different measurements.
Oh, well, it's because this is kind of like this is your basically your sequence of gameplay, right? For like this is probably Elsa, right?
This is Fuzzy, which is the monkey. The
monkey. No. Yeah. Oh, yeah, right. You're jumping off the top. Yeah.
Also, is this a bug? No braces here?
No. It's your intention. If it was a bug, you'd have it tabbed in.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. No. There's no bugs in this. No. Yeah. Then you'd... Yeah, but
of course.
By the way, how does the monkey not just stay up on top the entire time? Like, what? Why is that not a thing? Why can't
and jump? It's a jump for monkey. So after 2 seconds, it goes. Oh,
it falls off and jump. Okay, that's the thing.
Jumping falls. You see, even have a property for the animator. You know.
Okay, animator jumping falls.
Everything is under control. This is a way to change the state in the animator. An animator reads these variables and adapts.
Yeah.
This is end leap. So it might be that it's actually sorry.
Whole end leap package.
Sorry.
Oh, right.
Sorry. I misled. So jump is the normal jump of a monkey.
Yes.
That can also
special,
kill
right?
when and the special is leap. So this is whole end leap package. End leap 1, killing, no killing, end leap 2. Because you need to remember, when you finish and you plop down, you kill anybody who is below, but then you need to turn this off, but the animation's still playing. So you turn off the killing, and then you end the leap and you start running.
Okay.
Because
it's kind of state machine vibes.
It's a design to be like, hey, you have this ability to like kill somebody, but now you need to, it costs you a lot to like jump down. So you have this like a bit of a punishment and you need to stay inside, stay in the same place. So you need to be more careful where you land, basically. It's all.
And if you're not stunned, period is A. And here's the special modifier. This is where we're getting Serious. So we have period is A.
So you know what's A?
Is like reset the period?
Yeah. A gets the like initial value of period.
Yeah.
And then if you want to stop, you can stop with the variables, but for some reason sometimes you get period changed if you want to be faster or slower.
Right.
And A is resetting the period back to the normal speed.
Yeah.
I mean,
makes sense.
Makes sense, right?
Period of A. And usually period is omega, I think. So maybe it should be omega.
Almost seems like acceleration, but who
knows? So if you're not stunned, you reset your period. But if you are stunned, you don't reset your period. Because you're stunned. Because you're stunned, and stun makes you not move, and period is your speed.
Yes.
So if you're stunned,
if you were to be stunned and change period, you would start moving.
Yeah, it's not good. No, if you're stunned, you gotta keep your period. Yeah, yeah. Unless you can't. Special modifier -1.
Special modifier used to be like an additional way to flip for some reason.
Flip,
but I don't know why.
So it inverts the special modifier. Can we just do a quick search for where special modifier is used? Oh, in a lot of places.
So it's
is that a fuzzy only thing, or is it?
Yeah, it's mostly here. Yeah, it's born dummy. So it's mostly him.
Where is it like red? I can see it being set.
I know. So when he starts his special ability, like he was running here, he goes boom, and he starts the other way. So this is to keep track.
Keep him going the other way.
You don't wanna like flip his character and flip his sprites and like
why not though?
The Unity engine machinery. I think I'm not sure.
Oh, because maybe the animation for crawling upside down was done backwards.
You go, and then you, whoop, and you go choo.
I bet the animation was done backwards.
Because you don't.
So you don't want to flip.
You go hop here, and then you cling here, right? So you want to go head first. Like
right, that's what I'm saying. The animation was done in the other direction.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We agree.
We have a question that's about the lore. Why is he wearing a spacesuit inside the station?
Okay, that's an unexpected question. Okay, this was the first character. We were like, hey, we're gonna have this game be in space. So what's gonna be the first character? It's gotta be a man in a spacesuit. Like nobody questioned this. And then the lore came out more with like, oh, they are the prisoners, and they were just released and they are running wild on this space station, right? Like that was the idea.
Yeah. Fair enough. He's preparing to escape.
Yeah.
That's what
maybe he's searching for the parts. Like
maybe he got they all got the suit except for Rhino. Rhino's just gonna like go hard vacuum. But it's all right because he's got the chub for it. He's got a layer of protective fat.
Exactly.
And muscle.
Mostly muscle.
Okay. Mostly muscle. Yeah.
All right. I think we're going long.
I think we got it. I think we covered it. Is there anything else that you want to share code-wise?
I don't think so. I think Bomb has this logic to slow down that I wanted to see.
Okay.
But other than that, like you already get the gist, I think. So let's see here.
It would be interesting to see how much you can compress this. Like it would be an interesting code challenge to be like, can you put this into 800 lines of C or something? Like
this button is killing me. When I see this, I'm like so sad. Like
what is this?
You clearly see you have an eye, right?
Yeah.
And you have this like spelled out. So why, you know?
Because you don't want a loop inside a loop. That's quadratic. Bro, didn't you learn your O of n?
Also,
now this is just O of n.
Why would we do that? Like, we should only have 4 things.
No, so our arrays one indexed? They don't look to be.
Yeah. This was like a hack. Like, not hack, but
Is
for
0
some
the turrets?
reason, we left the 0th character for like...
It's a nil.
No, it's not a nil. It's like, maybe sometimes you will need it. Like, you will need to add a character. And like, this will be your special gateway thing. But also we wanted to have, this was like first programming experience, so we wanted to have it from 1 because it was confusing.
Just in case. Yeah.
So we have like players 5.
Lewis got you.
It's
Lewis got you.
Always 4. It's like about 5. And person goes 5. They selected 5.
Hey man. Well, this way if someone comes in from Lua and they're like 1 indexed, 0 indexed, it's fine. It's fine both ways.
I love it. Exactly.
It's just memory is cheap. Whoa. Okay.
Oh yes.
That's a lot of math.
This is like when you're like knee deep into this, and you're like, you know what?
Piling. Time. Why?
I need to deal with the consequences. It doesn't work, so I need to introduce this variable.
So the other wild thing is that time, is that locked for the entire frame or is that like time now?
I would hope it's locked.
Because you're reading it a whole lot of times. Internal call.
Beginning of the current frame in seconds.
Okay.
Since start of the application. Why would we use that here? Okay, because we went yeah, like the concept of delta time was not really like in our brains. That we need to have we need to have you can have an interval and then multiply it. Like, this was not obvious, so we, for some reason, every now and then we would drop into like, okay, what's the time since we launched, and what's the time of this thing we stored, okay, and what was the difference? Because now we need to know. Maybe it's like more, so it's like time for speed.
So is tired of this shit like explode the bomb early?
I don't think there is a logical meaning to this.
Time for speed is time. This shit's true.
Like, it's not like, oh, we need to now do something. It's more like, hey, the math doesn't quite work out yet, and we don't know why, and we need to like influence it for a little bit and then stop influencing it. Like, you can see, like, this is there's no explanation for these numbers. Like, and here's 10.
I'm trying to compress it in my mind. If you factor out like the time variables, I bet things would become.
I mean, we can do it quickly like this. Let's see.
Grab that, right? So time minus time for speed is like
12 occurrences. So this is like a timestamp, right?
I guess it's for speed. I don't know if it's a timestamp. Timestamp times timestamp. Damn, you got quadratic going on here, or what?
It's interval, but we don't know interval of what, right? So here's because we
squared.
Because you remember, you know what's the code for? This one. It's for the bomb. So bomb. Yeah. Bomb is slow speeding up or slowing down. So of course we need to have
interval.
Right? We need to have acceleration and deceleration.
Right. But then you also have So I think you can probably get a lot of
So this is the only difference, I think, right?
No, when you have minuses and pluses, plus interval, minus interval.
Yeah. Okay.
Except on the flip one, I think you have a bug because you have a minus plus, and on the other one you have a plus plus. Unless maybe that's not a bug.
You never know.
You never know. It could be that
10, but not 15.
Does it go faster in one direction? It does.
Yes, I think so. Yeah. I think like if you start it, it already has this like initial thing and it goes faster this way. And then if you slow down, it will be slower. But I don't think it's intentional. Like these seem weird.
But it adds to the gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, just to be sure, compare it to true.
Well, you can have a different thing. Oh, wait, is flip a bool?
Yeah.
Oh, word. Okay, yeah. I wrote a function, true story, called is true once, and it took a Boolean and returned true or false, and it was just a ternary. I wrote it at like 4 a.m. after drinking.
But it was a ternary. Like it wasn't because
it was literally a function called is true. Yeah, and it was like return value question mark true else false.
Nice.
So I was typing that a lot, I guess. So I was like, I should make this into a function. And then I came back in the morning, I'm like,
what the hell? What happened?
Yeah. Okay.
So,
we got that magic quaternion again. All right.
The magical hack.
Oh, some abs. Got the rhino abs.
Abs with some questionable numbers here. There we go. Oh, this
all
is
sorts
like
of stuff
almost
going on.
pi.
Almost pi.
This is I'm serious. This is almost pi, and this is almost double pi. This is why it's checking and that will be left as homework for the reader. Yeah. We actually showcase this. You can clearly see that it's like remember stuff tutorial. So what has to do with the tutorial and whether it's full circle or half a circle, huh, Anton? What I was proud of, huh?
Oh, this is your tutorial flip?
Yes.
So it's a little bit, but why is it a little bit less than pi? You should be a little bit, let it go off the screen, man. That's what I noticed that it was snapping a little early.
That's not true. It's not true at all.
I think you want a little bit more and a little bit less. Unless it's upside down. Maybe your 0 is on the bottom or something.
Also, like you can take this and you can see the entire thing is being copy pasted. This magic quaternion, like everything is all over. Bold behavior.
But you've only got four characters, and maybe they might have different movement.
But some of the logic is being shared with the like bolts and bombs, right? This like circular thing. So we actually, if you think about it, it's like 8
characters,
8 things that can roam around, like 5 actual.
Well, they say you should copy paste things like 3 times before you factor it out. So you're just off by 5.
It's just like at the edge.
At the 8, you're like, I'm not quite sure.
This one's like, you know what? This bomb actually needs a different threshold. See, it's like 0.6.
But it's not in the tutorial. In the tutorial, though.
I think it's all for the tutorial. But for bomb, it's a different threshold. Oops. Than this one.
Oh, because the bomb is just smaller. So you want to
a bomb
loop around faster.
Is bigger and has this like a radius around it, like this demarcation. I don't know.
But what this is doing is that I think
it's 3.2. Wait, it's 3.2, not 3.1.
Go a little bit more. You've got the 0 plane or the 0 axis, right? And it's basically saying you found some tutorial line where it's like y minus 5. So you've set up that line. The absolute value of that is going to tell you how close you are to that line. And if it's less than 0.1, you flip. So you're basically waiting for the character to get to that line. And when they do, you rotate them around to this place, right? But the bomb is smaller visibly. So that's why its threshold must be smaller. Because if you flipped it too early, then it'd be no good.
Yeah.
You'll look janky, right? So you want to make sure you adjust for the bomb size.
But that's abs compared.
I don't know why you have to do the abs necessarily, but I kind of get it.
Why? Like, of course, not to compare floats. I mean, I know you would do just like greater than.
You could just do a greater than, I think.
Yeah. Well, it's come on. We know how to compare floats. We need to use it. No, it's not a given. You've seen the other parts of the code.
Yeah, it's
a visible progress. Okay, let's call it for the code review. And I want to show something this part, because I think again that this project was a unique way to open this, like my programming activity. And we made one thing that might be a bit cringe now, but it was super fun when we were doing it. So we needed a trailer and we didn't know what to do. Okay, what could you do for a trailer? So you want to have a gameplay, but for some reason we thought that it would be nice to have us as the characters in the game. And there were friends who knew, like, did a bit of a video thing, and then there were these friends had like a person who could paint us. So we actually made
nice.
We actually made a proper trailer,
live action trailer
with us.
Oh yeah.
As this is from the, like, I don't know what's the English name of this movie. Do you know the I don't know, it's the Leon, like, about
the
guy.
Professional. Yeah.
Yeah. This is this style. But I'm obviously Rhino here. Okay.
Yeah, Rhino's the best character.
Here's Katzber.
Nice.
As Fuzzy, the monkey.
It's very high quality photos.
Kuba as Toadachi. Yeah, it was like that's professional setting. We have a trailer, but I'm not gonna show it. Trailer is super cringe. And barely shows gameplay, by the way, which is this is now wife.
That's
of
awesome.
And we had a trailer where she had like a motorbike helmet.
Yeah.
And she was playing Steven, the astronaut. And then she was taking off the helmet and doing like the hair swing.
Oh yeah, like Metroid.
Yeah.
That's kick-ass. You just talked to Mark Healy. They did this for Ragdoll Kung Fu. Did you talk about that?
For dress up / thing? No.
Ragdoll Kung Fu, they did a live action trailer with like Mark, Kareem, and a couple of people. And they just like filmed it like a cheesy Kung Fu video with a camcorder. And that was the trailer for the game. So this is very on point. He would approve 100%.
I didn't know I should share this with him.
Yeah, you should share it. Like, this is the second you're the second person ever that I've known to have done this. So I think you got the right game dev instinct.
Nice. All right. Awesome. Anton, tell me conclusions from what you've seen, what you've experienced, and what about Star Asylum 2?
Well, I think I like the gameplay. I think it's fresh. I think we can definitely ripe for like a online or kind of like it should be on all platforms, basically. I think we don't know where the target audience is, but it exists somewhere. So we want to maximize our chances of success, and therefore we should target some kind of engine that can be on everything, right? So we don't know where the hit's going to happen. And so probably we want to use like ChatGPT for market analysis so that we figure out where the potential targets are. And then we can use, in parallel, we run Claude code, right? Get some agents going to like refactor things a little bit, get it into Odin, compile it to WASM and whatever else backends we need. This is going to be Odin, I guess. But, Raylib runs on the web, so that's good. And it runs on all the different platforms.
I mean, of course we're going to have agents because like we're not going to hand code it, right?
No, we're not going to hand code it.
It's super convoluted. It's very difficult to get it done, as you've seen.
Yeah. It's complex code. There's not a lot of comments. So yeah. So we first we need to get some agents on that. And then I would be curious to see how much it could compress it down. But I think you should put it out online or something.
The source code?
No, not the source code. No, you can't give away the source code. Come on.
This is precious, man.
There'll be knockoffs immediately. No, make them work for it.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
No, like go through the math with the bomb, like yourself.
Yeah.
Like it's
You can't do it. You can't do it.
Easy, and like
we don't know how to do it
accelerate.
anymore. Yeah. Depends on the direction. We've lost
the knowledge.
We've lost the knowledge.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Sweet, man. That's a cool project. That's a fun project for first project for sure.
Awesome. So, thank you everybody who tuned in, who had a bit of fun, hopefully. This was another episode of like our code reviews. If people in the audience, members of this show, would like to submit some code for the review, let us know in the Discord server. We might do it. I have also another thing that I wanted to like create a bit quickly, like just scaffolding and go through. But maybe this will happen, maybe this won't. If you have something that you wanna both of us to go through, we can do this session. And Anton, thank you for coming and spending this time with me, going through this code.
Always a pleasure.
Trying to decipher what happened a decade ago. Do you have any closing thoughts?
I think you should make it. It's a good game.
Anton's hyped. Okay. Thanks, everybody.